Hey guys, Dr. Sabertooth here, and today, to celebrate Halloween, and also the release of the new Chucky TV series, I was thinking of possibly making a video where I would go through the posters, yes, the posters, of my favorite horror franchise, Chucky, and I would look at each poster, give them a score, and talk about why some work and some don't work. Anyways, let's get into it. Now here we have the original Child's Play poster. Now, there's a lot to like about this. One of them is the great composition, the other one is the fact that Chucky is hidden, which really amplifies the fact that in this movie, it's more of a mystery thriller horror than him running around just stabbing people willy-nilly, you know? So, I think this poster really amplifies that, and the fact that it's surrounding the apartment, also known as the central location of the movie, that also amplifies just the whole theming of the movie, and it's just a great poster all around. My only complaint is that I wish it showed just a little bit more, but this is great all around. Yeah, that was a great poster to start off with, so I'm excited to see what the other posters have in store. Alright, so this one isn't bad per se, it's actually pretty good still. My only problem with it is that I think it shows a little too much. Now I know that's kind of funny considering the last one I said it showed too little, but this one I think it just shows a little bit too much, if you catch my drift. One of the things that I do like about it is the logo. I like the logo in this one, it's pretty nice. One thing that I can't get behind is that fucking face. It's not that appealing looking, and it looks less like he's angry and more like he's like, I don't even know what this expression is supposed to be. I just don't like it. Moving on. Now, one thing I immediately gotta say I like about this poster is that I think it greatly improved the face. Because that's like the face Chucky makes throughout this movie. So it's great to see that they accurately got that right. Now, some things I'm not a fan of on this poster are mostly it just has to do with the fact that he's no longer an actual like physical doll. Rather, he's a painting, which I don't have any problem with at all. It's just, I think the doll looks a little better solely because there's, you know, something actually on screen physically there. And also the logo. I'm not a fan of this new logo. It just kind of looks more generic than the old one. But I do like the lightning in the background. That one's pretty cool. I think it's got some good like ties to Chucky's voodoo powers, which is something he uses a lot in this film. And yeah. One thing that's cool, though, is that I actually have this exact poster on my wall. Alright, so up next we have the Child's Play 2 poster. Now this poster is really good. I really like it. Now, this is what I meant by when I said the Child's Play 1 poster should have a little bit more, but not too much. Because, if you notice, half of Chucky is in the shadows, which really amplifies the sort of, like, creepy mysteriousness. Now, granted, this film isn't as creepy or mysterious as the first film was, but this shot all around is just a great poster all around. It's got great composition, it's got great lighting. I love the fact that Chucky's an actual doll. This is one of my favorite posters in the entire series. My only problem with it is the fact that I don't think the sort of like dark like theming of it fits Child's Play 2 as much as it would fit the original, because this film, while still having some horror elements, is nowhere near as serious or dark as the first film was, and it's a bit campy, and I don't think the poster fully reflects that. That's not saying it's bad, I'm just saying it just doesn't fit as well as it would fit something like Child's Play 1. Alright, now, I'm not even 100% sure if this poster is official or not, So go ahead and yell at me in the comments if this is not an official poster, and if it's not, just pretend it's not in this video. But let's just move on to this one. Now this poster, I think it fits Child's Play 2 a lot better than the first poster. Now this one's got a lot going for it. The half metal, half doll face hints at the theming of the intro of the movie with the rebuilding of Chucky. The mouth has the doll maze at the end of the movie with Andy and Kyle running through it. And it's just got a looming Chucky looking down at them. And this is just a really sick poster in my opinion. It's just, I think it's a little busy, in my opinion. It's got quite a lot going on, but so does the entire movie as a whole. This poster just fits very well with the whole tone of Child's Play 2 in general. It's my favorite of the two posters. Now, this poster, I'm not the biggest fan of, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's way too zoomed in. I'm not a fan of the facial expression. I think the fangs are just really stupid looking, to be honest. I don't get what the whole blood is the point of. Like, why is it coming from his mouth? That makes no sense. His eyes are glowing red. It's really stupid looking, in my opinion. And it's also just way too zoomed in. Like, it's just his face. There's nothing to it. I mean, maybe if there was like a full doll shot, then maybe it would look better. But as it stands, this poster just kind of sucks. I'm gonna be honest. The only thing I slightly like about this poster is the text at the top, because it sort of hints at the whole theming this movie tries to go for, but it's just stupid. This poster looks dumb. I don't like it. Now this poster is basically like a good version of the Child's Play 3 poster, and that's because, well, yes, it does focus mostly on Chucky's face. It also has Tiffany's face in on there too, hinting at the whole thing of that Chucky and Tiffany are in this movie, and it has them standing side by side. And also, Chucky's face isn't absolutely stupid looking in this one. One of the main things I love about this poster is that while it's in black and white, the eyes of the two dolls are so colored. It adds for some nice composition, you know? It's really nice looking. I love the look of it. It kind of gives off the sort of tone this movie goes for, where it has that sort of like gothic tone, I guess. And, you know, the tagline at the top, I think it fits perfectly. It's a stupid pun for a very campy but fun movie. So here we have the Seed of Chucky poster, and there's quite a bit I like about this. It's a teaser image, so I'm not gonna be judging it as hard as a full poster, but even then, it's alright. I mean, I like the shot, and it's kind of creepy looking, and, you know, it's good, except for one major problem. This poster doesn't work for a fucking comedy movie. It looks like a poster for a horror film, not a comedy film, and that's the whole problem with it. It's sort of misleading. Now this poster, on the other hand, this fits so much better for the tone of the movie, and that's because, you know, it's ridiculous looking. It's just so stupid looking. But unlike the Child's Play 3 poster, this is very much intentionally stupid looking, and that's why I love this poster. I mean, granted, I'm not a big fan of the color scheming. I think it's a bit too saturated, or it's just bright. Yeah, I don't like how bright it is. I mean, granted, the lighting of the film is also very bright, so I guess it fits that, but it just looks way too saturated in some aspects with a very dull background. I feel like if the coloring, like, composition was better, I would like this poster a whole lot better. Now, this is pretty much what I meant by that, because this one has a nice black on red look. And also, I like the fact that the wrist has the Made in Japan imprint, which is something that's actually in the movie. And I also really love the fact that Chucky and Tiffany are both on this, and I also love the fact that they're actually physically dolls. Now, I don't know if the last one was a physical doll. It looked like one, but this one, it's a lot easier to tell that they're physical dolls. And this will probably be the last mainline Chucky film that uses a physical doll on its poster. I'm hoping that the next movie or whatever they decide to make will use a physical doll, but this one just looks nice all around. Now we come to what's undoubtedly my favorite poster of the series, and that is the Curse of Chucky poster. Now, you can go ahead and call me biased because this movie is my favorite in the series, but I think this poster is also just phenomenal. It's got a great color scheme that's very fitting to the entire tone of the film. It's got that black and white but with the colored eyes of the Bride of Chucky poster, and it's got a full body shot of Chucky, which is always nice to see. Plus, it's just so like pretty looking. And sure, it uses a like painting and not an actual doll, but when every other aspect of this poster is as great as this one is, I really couldn't care about that fact. And this poster is just one of my favorites. If I could find one, I would definitely get a high quality print of this to physically own, because I just love this poster that much. Now, the Cult of Chucky poster is pretty good. It's got nice coloring to it, and I like the fact that it's set in the hallway, which is the primary visual, like, of the film, you know? It's nice, it's just white, but it's also darkened, so it's not as bright as it is in the actual film. One thing I'm not a fan of is the specific lighting on Chucky's face. I don't know, it just looks a little off to me. But other than that, it's great. I love the little tagline. It's a nice little clever pun, you know? And yeah, I like the fact that it's another full body shot of Chucky. It's just not as good as the Curse one, because I think it's really just the face that does it for me. It's like the face and the lighting of it, and it's just it fits, but at the same time it doesn't, if you get my drift. It's kind of hard to explain. And now we move on to the reboot posters. Now, if you know me personally at all, or from Twitter, you know I fucking hate this movie. However, I won't let my judgment of the movie affect my opinion on the posters too much. Alright, first up, we have this fucking poster. Now, it's sort of nice, I like the coloring, but it's so boring. It's just Chucky's arm, and that's it. I mean, sure, there's Andy sleeping in the bed, but it's not really... It doesn't really go with the theming of the movie, because 90% of the movie, Chucky doesn't even try to go after or even try to kill Andy. Sure, in the original he didn't, but when he did, he really, like, tried to, you know? He tried to get to him. But this one, he doesn't even try to kill Andy until, like, the last... Now, I do like the fact that they used the font from the original movie, but that just makes this reboot not even stand out anymore from the original. And it's even worse here because of the fact that because it's not an original logo, I'm gonna have to dock some points, even if it is nice. And also, this poster, it's just so fucking generic looking. I hate this poster. It sucks. Now this one's a little better, mostly because shocker, a Child's Play poster should have fucking Chucky on it. Now, it's a nice little shot. It's got him in the shadows. I'll give that the benefit of the doubt. It's even got some nice backgrounds with the boxes he comes in. It's a cool shot. It's something you would maybe see in an actual Chucky movie. My main flaw is that Chucky is fucking ugly here. But I'm not gonna just instantly discredit that because I hate the design. Because, like I said, I'm not going to let my movie's opinion affect the opinion of the poster too much. But as it stands, it's a decent little poster, even if Chucky looks like a sex doll instead of Chucky. Okay, this poster is actually pretty nice. My only problem, it shows too little, in my opinion. Like, and Yeah, I know this is supposed to be more of a teaser poster than a be-all, end-all poster, and that's fine for being a teaser poster, but, I'm judging all of these based on how they look. So, as it stands, this poster, it's alright, it's decent. It doesn't really show Chucky, but it does show the box, which is an improvement over showing nothing. Nothing but a arm with a knife. Now this poster, it's like the second one we looked at of the reboot posters, but there's one problem. They removed the background. Now, that may not seem like too big of an issue, but when Chucky is just so bad looking, then the background should look nice too. But they replaced the cool looking stacks of boxes with blue. And it's sort of nice coloring, I guess, but the worst part about it is they also zoomed in Chucky, so you get to see less of the actually kind of cool fact that they made a physical doll, and they just kind of cropped less of it. So now it's more zoomed in, it just looks weird, it looks cropped, and also, that quote is a fucking lie. This movie's cleverness is about as clever as a Jehovah's Witness PSA. It's not really clever, it just boils down to technology bad, people good. Now, I want to end this video on a high note, and I was trying to figure out a way I could do that, and then I remembered the poster for the Chucky TV series is out, so why not include that into the list? Now, I think this image, it's pretty good. Like, it's got a nice design of Chucky just standing in front of you with the knife, which is pretty much, from what I can tell of the first episode anyways, what this series is mainly going to be about. And it's just nice, he's got a nice little evil grin on his face. My only issue is I think the background is a bit dull, but I do love the fact that we got ourselves a physical doll. Now, this poster right here, I think it's really good. I love the shot, and guess what? It's got a arm with a knife, but unlike that other one, this one actually features Chucky on the screen, like his face. And also, it has more visually going on other than just Andy laying in a bed. This one features what the show's setting up anyways, to be like our sort of main cast, or our main setup characters. So, overall, this poster, it's very nice looking. Just, I'm not the biggest fan of the bright yellow, but everything else is just nice looking about it. So, what have we learned about looking through all these different posters? Well, here are some of the key elements that I think make phenomenal posters for the series. One of the first things is don't have too much on screen. Like, don't have so much that clutters up the entire screen with tons of things going on, but also don't have too little as to not make the poster look dull and boring. Another thing is have a nice sense of theming. Like, if your movie is a comedy movie, something like Seed of Chucky, have the poster go all out and be ridiculous. Or, if it's a dark horror film like Curse of Chucky, have it be all dull and grim looking. This is just a personal thing. Use physical dolls more often. I think it personally just looks better, seeing as that's how he'll look in the actual movie, compared to a painting which sort of resembles how he looks in the movies. So, yeah, that's just my, personal opinions on all of these posters. Let me know what y'all thought was the best poster in this series. See you guys.